My name is Melanie Wooden, and I have the privilege of serving as the president of the University of Toronto. To begin, I wish to acknowledge this land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this meeting place is still home to many Indigenous peoples from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. On behalf of my co-host, Chancellor Wes Hall and Dean Yuta Brunei, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today, a day of singular importance in the history of the Faculty of Law at the University of Toronto. In particular, I am delighted to welcome the Honorable Anita Anand, Canada's Minister of Foreign Affairs, a very familiar face in this faculty, who, because of her public office, is currently on leave from her very senior responsibilities here. I also extend very special greetings to the Honorable Michael Tulloch, Chief Justice of Ontario. And I would also like to recognize the many senior leaders of the U of T community, past and present, who have joined us. They include two former chancellors, the Honorable David Peterson, and one whom I'll acknowledge shortly. I'd also like to welcome former chair of the Governing Council, Dr. Claire Kennedy, and Som Siv, who along with Claire is a co-chair of the university's Defy Gravity campaign. I'd also like to welcome three former presidents, Professor David Naylor, the Honorable Frank Iacobucci, and Professor Emeritus Rob Pritchard. The latter two were also, of course, former deans of the law school. And three additional former deans, Professor Ed Iacobucci, Professor Ron Daniels, who since 2009 has served with great distinction as the president of Johns Hopkins University, and University Professor Emeritus Martin Friedland. And I am absolutely delighted to offer warmest welcome to our guest of honor, one of Canada's greatest business leaders, philanthropists, and public servants, U of T Chancellor Emeritus, and one of our most distinguished alumni, the Honorable Henry N.R. Jackman. I also extend a warm welcome to the members of Hal's family who are here with us today. In the near 200 years since our founding, the University of Toronto has had an outsized impact on our society. Through our commitment to academic excellence and the public good, our faculty, students, alumni, and supporters have proved time and again that we can realize our highest ideals and achieve our greatest ambitions. That hopeful, generous spirit is perfectly exemplified in the Faculty of Law. U of T consistently ranks the top law school in Canada and amongst the best in the world. For generations, its graduates have featured prominently amongst the country's leading lawyers and jurists, and indeed in virtually every field and profession. They include heads of government, Supreme Court justices, and university presidents. They founded top law firms, launched innovative startups, and built Fortune 500 companies. And they have fought successfully for equity and justice in courtrooms across Canada and around the globe, benefiting countless Canadians and people everywhere. In the course of it all, the faculty, students, and alumni of U of T Law have led the way in addressing new and evolving challenges. And now they are at the forefront in everything from digital privacy, cybersecurity, and AI safety, to healthcare, climate change, and Indigenous rights. They're enabling us to seize strategic opportunities to build a just and prosperous future for our country and for the world. It is an incredibly powerful tradition. And today, we celebrate an unprecedented step forward to extend and enhance that tradition through the 21st century and well beyond. For more than 3 decades, the Honorable Hal Jackman has been one of the University of Toronto's most distinguished and outstanding philanthropists and volunteer leaders. His generosity has enabled us to establish the Jackman Humanities Institute and has lifted Victoria College, Massey College, and the University of Toronto schools. It has also been a crucial factor in the stature and impact of our Faculty of Law as one of the world's top law schools. Our guest of honor has enabled us to establish groundbreaking new chairs with generous scholarships, and of course, his generosity gave rise to this beautiful building we're in today. And now, he has made a transformational gift to build on his already brilliant legacy. It opens amazing new vistas of opportunity for our talented students and world-leading faculty members. It will propel them to new heights of excellence in legal research and education, enable them to make an even greater impact on our society. This historic new benefaction brings Hal Jackman's total support of the University of Toronto's Faculty of Law to an extraordinary $100 million. This includes the new gift of $80 million that we are announcing today, and the $20 million Hal has already given to support the faculty's highest priorities. It represents both the largest single gift to and the largest total support of a law faculty in Canada. Today's new benefaction also includes the largest gift ever directly in support of Canadian law students, enabling our most promising young leaders from every conceivable background to access a top-quality legal education. And so, in recognition of our guest of honor's peerless leadership in the history of U of T law, I am delighted to announce that henceforth, this faculty will be known as the Henry N.R. Jackman Faculty of Law. Hal, we are so grateful for and so proud of your many contributions and accomplishments. You have set a marvelous example that will endure and serve as inspiration to future generations here at your alma mater, across Canada, and around the world. Your illustrious career as a director and chairman of many storied companies, including the National Trust Company and the Empire Life Insurance Company, your service as Ontario's 25th Lieutenant Governor and as U of T's 30th Chancellor, your guidance and support in countless charitable causes. It is an incredibly powerful legacy, and it honors and builds upon your family's outstanding history of leadership in Canadian society, including that of your grandfather, the Honorable Newton Rowell. Dean Brunet and our student speakers will have more to say about what this new landmark gift will make possible. For now, Hal, on behalf of your alma mater, let me say thank you for your magnificent record of leadership and generosity. And now, I am pleased to invite Victoria Jackman, Executive Director of the Hal Jackman Foundation, to the podium. Thank you.
Thank you, President. On behalf of my family, I would like to say how honored we all are to share this important occasion with you. My father is a proud graduate of this faculty. Although he ultimately built his career in business and public service, his years here were formative. This faculty instilled in him a discipline of thought, an ethical foundation, and a civic spirit that guided the course of his life. His later role as U of T's chancellor further deepened his lifelong bond with this university. Today's gift, however, is not only a tribute to my father's profound attachment to this university, it also reflects a long-standing family tradition. My grandfather, Harry Jackman, also studied law at U of T and left his mark here in a tangible way, funding the conversion of the original Flavel House Solarium into what is now the law school's beautiful Rowell Room. My father's grandfather, Newton Rowell, received an honorary doctorate from U of T in 1921. He is remembered as an eminent lawyer and statesman who strengthened our country's democratic institutions and advanced legal reform. His role in the historic persons case, which secured the recognition of women as persons under Canadian law, reminds us that legal education is ultimately about providing us with the tools to build a stronger, a more just, and more inclusive society. It is this legacy that inspired my father's decision to make this contribution to the law school. This gift is in many ways a homecoming, my father's way of giving back to an institution that shaped him. His hope is that future generations of students, whether they go on to practice law, to lead in business, to serve in government, or contribute in other fields, will have the opportunity to become the leaders and innovators who will define Canada's future. On behalf of the entire Jackman family, I would like to express our gratitude to the University of Toronto, to its leadership, both past and present, and to this esteemed faculty for welcoming this partnership and for allowing us the privilege of giving back in this lasting and meaningful way. Finally, I would like to say how proud we are of my father for his vision, his generosity, and for reminding us that the true measure of a legacy is the future that it makes possible. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Victoria, for those really wonderful remarks. On behalf of the Henry N.R. Jackman Faculty of Law, I, too, would like to offer my profound thanks to Hal Jackman for this truly transformative gift. As President Wooden noted, this is both the largest gift ever to a law school in Canada and the largest ever gift designated to student financial aid and student-centered programming. As such, it will have an indelible impact across Jackman Law and beyond. This gift supports the faculty in many important areas of priority. First, the Jackman Scholarship Fund will enhance vital bursary and financial aid programs, expand our annual academic awards, introduce new graduate student scholarships, as well as new and exciting experiential learning opportunities. All of this will play an essential role in helping Jackman Law attract and support the brightest and most promising law students from every conceivable background, ensuring the broadest possible access to exceptional legal education. It will help prepare generations of future leaders and legal professionals to better serve a wide range of communities across the country and beyond. And it will enhance student education with more hands-on learning opportunities, including through participation in faculty-led research projects, dynamic startups, our public interest clinics and programs, placements with NGOs, and so much more. On the faculty research front, this gift will create 4 new endowed chairs and a research catalyst fund, significantly strengthening our capacity to attract and retain international caliber scholars in key areas. This includes 2 chairs proudly named in honor of Hal's grandfather, the Honorable Newton Rowell, a legal innovator who played a pivotal role, we've already heard reference to that, but it bears repeating, in securing women's legal recognition as persons, making them eligible for the Senate in 1929. Among a wide range of prominent contributions, Newton Rowell also represented Canada at the first assembly of the League of Nations in 1920. And so the Newton Rowell Chair in Public International Law will advance research on global institutions and the future of a rules-based international order, an area where Canadian leadership is urgently needed in today's geopolitical climate. And the Newton Rowell Chair in Legal Theory will examine foundational questions that affect a wide range of issues in law and many other fields. The remaining 2 chairs will be designated at a future time, allowing the faculty to nimbly respond to emerging areas of importance. And the Jackman Research Catalyst Fund will provide research funding to faculty members and to the new chairs. As many of you know, a gift from the Jackman family in 2020 enabled the creation of the Future of Law Lab here at the faculty. The lab is a platform for students, academics, lawyers, and other professionals to participate in collaborative initiatives exploring how the law will evolve in the future, including in light of AI and other new technologies. And I'm pleased to say that Hal Jackman's new gift, through the creation of a dedicated fund, will bolster and sustain the lab's work on innovation, entrepreneurship, climate change, improving access to justice, and much, much more. This gift also significantly enhances the Dean's Strategic Initiatives Fund, namely its ability to support a wide array of activities, including the launch of a Lawyers and Leaders for a Changing World program, a new co-curricular program designed to equip our intellectually curious students with the skills, mindsets, and networks to become bold and strategic professionals across the private and public sectors. It is impossible to overstate the impact this gift will have on our school, our city, and beyond. And so, again, I'd like to express my deepest appreciation for Hal's belief in our faculty, now the Henry N.R. Jackman Faculty of Law, his vision in enabling our faculty to reach ever higher and to be a beacon of leadership at a critical juncture for Canada and the world. I want to close by noting that many people have worked towards this very special moment, and many of them are in this room today. I wanted to single out one person, however, whose advice and unwavering support made such a difference along the way, and that is my colleague and predecessor as Dean, Professor Edward Jacobucci. On behalf of our students, faculty, alumni, and staff, I'd like you to join me once again in thanking Hal Jackman. And now I'd like to introduce today's special guest, the Honorable Anita Anand, Minister of Foreign Affairs. I'd like to welcome her back. We already heard this being alluded to. She is an alumna of our faculty, a former colleague, and another great supporter of our faculty. Whenever she visits, you can see her talk not just to colleagues, but to students as much as she possibly can. She needs really no introduction, but by way of a reminder, I will simply note that she has served as the Minister of Public Services and Procurement, the Minister of National Defense, the President of the Treasury Board, the Minister of Transport and Internal Trade, as well as more recently, the Minister of Innovation, Science and Industry, before her appointment this year as Minister of Foreign Affairs. It's not for nothing she's been named Canada's most valuable politician. Anita, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you so much, Jutta, and hi, everybody. It's just so wonderful and fills my heart to be here with you this afternoon for this super special occasion. Now, formally, let me say President Wooden, Chancellor Hall, and former chancellors, Justice Iacobucci, and former deans, including Dean Brunet, Chief Justice Tulloch, members of the judiciary, leaders of the university, past and present, honored colleagues and professors, my dear professor colleagues, I see you there. Jackman family members, so great to see you. Members of the legal profession, students, and everyone in this room, thank you so much for being here this afternoon, but also thank you for all you are doing to honor this gift and honor the incredible Hal Jackman. I feel so honored to be with you today to celebrate this momentous day. While we often hold diverging viewpoints on any given day, at any given table, in any given workshop, indeed that is our role in academic life, what binds us together is a deep and abiding affection for the spirit of debate, for the results that occur after debate and discussion, and indeed for this remarkable institution in which debate occurs every day around numerous tables in numerous classrooms. Now, Hal Jackman is no exception to a person, to the world of debate and discussion. Though he did not practice law, legal questions have always been at the heart of his thinking. And that's actually how we came to know each other. For more than 15 years, Hal and I have shared an unlikely but ongoing conversation. I remember the very first day clearly. Ed Iacobucci and I were at a conference at the Monk School. We were standing on the side. Hal was moderating a session on a national securities regulator and the utility of I spent much of my academic life writing about this to no avail. Nobody in the federal government has ever asked me for my views on this. So you can see it's a slight point of concern for me. But in any case, Ed and I were at the side. We were watching this panel. Hal was moderating the panel. And after each of the speakers had spoken, I put up my hand. And I was making a case for a national securities regulator, certainly during times of crises, as we saw in the financial crisis of 2008. Hal disagreed with me, and he let the entire room know that I was wrong. And so I was okay with that, but I said, Ed, I think we better go. And we walked back to the law school. And let me just say, to my surprise, a few days later, I got a call from Hal Jackman. and he wanted to talk. He wanted to talk about my views, and he wanted to debate, and he wanted to discuss the national securities regulator and the oligopolistic nature of the federal banking sector. And I was having the conversation, but the entire time I was very surprised. Why was Hal Jackman calling me? We come from completely different worlds. Why did he want to know what I thought? And this is the heart of Hal Jackman, in my opinion. He cares. He cares about what you think, even when you disagree with him. And I think that's an incredible quality to have, and it is so rare today, where certainly in my job, I see corners forming, and people rarely come out of those corners. To have the ability to see rationally the other argument, to debate and to discuss, that is the essence of Hal Jackman, or at least the Hal Jackman that I know, that I am so honored to know. And from that first call onward, and by the way, I was shopping for my Christmas tree while Hal was talking to me about a national securities regulator and the banking sector. So it was a great honor to speak with you then, Hal. And I will say that you continuously, year over year, lunch over lunch, conversation over conversation, that you continue to surprise me. You are intellectually curious. You are eager to debate. You listen carefully, and you are unfailingly generous of heart and spirit. You have supported me tremendously over the years, funding the J.R. Kimber Chair in Investor Protection and Corporate Governance that I was so sad to leave when I ran for office. You debated with me on countless topics in corporate and securities law, and we saw eye to eye on dual-class share structures. By the way, no one has ever asked me for my opinion on dual-class share structures in government either. Another story for another day. But most remarkably, just as I look back, you encouraged me to run for public office, and I did. And I never thought I would win, but you supported me, and in the heart of really hard campaigns, I opened the door, and there's a letter from Hal Jackman. And I'll say the time you have found for me and the generosity of spirit that you offer everyone around you, including here today with this magnanimous gift, leaves an indelible mark on my soul, and I'm sure everyone in this room. For all of this, I'm eternally grateful to Hal and to your family. Your gift is magnanimous, as I said, but it's also enduring. It's going to ensure that those qualities of rational debate, discussion, perhaps at the end compromise, which we so badly need in this world where geopolitical strife is escalating. We need those qualities, and this gift helps to foster them right here in the Faculty of Law. And as Jutta said, the effects are going to be boundless throughout the legal community, throughout the society in this city, and throughout our country. You are doing an incredible service, and we are all so very grateful. So Hal, I thank you. I thank you for your support of me personally, for your support of this incredible law school, the home away from home, and in particular, the support of the law school that will now be called the Henry N.R. Jackman School of Law. And we often hear Latin in these halls, in the classrooms. I'll try something out on you for all you Latin speakers. Simul omnes gratissimus. Let us together be grateful to Hal and for this day, and for the stronger, just, and inclusive society that this gift will foster. Thank you.
Anita, thank you very much for those remarks, also for giving us a glimpse of Hal and what motivates him and what makes him such a special person, and also for capturing so beautifully at the end of your remarks what tremendous impact this gift will have, we hope, not just on this law school, but far beyond, because that is our aspiration. In a moment, we will hear from two students about their experience at the Faculty of Law. But before I introduce them, I want to come back to the foundational importance of support for students, of student support. The Faculty of Law's student support is unrivaled in Canada, thanks to the generosity of our alumni community, some of whom I'm delighted to say are here with us this afternoon. So much, some might say everything we do here at the faculty is ultimately for our students. And so I could not be more delighted that it's the students, both current and future, who will benefit the most from this amazing gift, which will make the Henry N.R. Jackman Faculty of Law student support go to yet another level. I'd now like to invite two of our marvelous students, Romina Hajizadeh, a second-year JD student, and then Megan Pfeiffer, one of our doctoral students, to offer a few remarks to give you a sense of what this means to our students.
Hello, everyone. My name is Romina Hajizadeh, and I am a second-year student in the JD program here at the Faculty of Law. I feel very privileged to be here with you all today to celebrate this transformational donation to our faculty. I am largely here today because of the generosity of our donors, especially those who have contributed to the JD Financial Aid Program. For much of my life, a legal education felt more like a dream than a real possibility. As members of the persecuted Baha'i religious minority group in Iran, my parents were denied access to higher education in their home country. Growing up in Canada, I was the first in my immediate family to earn a bachelor's degree, let alone attend law school. For myself and many others, studying law at U of T has been nothing short of a gift, which has been made accessible to us through donations like the one we celebrate today. Although I've only completed 1 year of the JD program thus far, my experience at the faculty has been nothing short of transformative. I've been fortunate to take part in so many of the initiatives that make U of T Law a world-class school, including participating in working groups with the International Human Rights Program and the Asper Center, working on various student-run journals, mooting competitively, leading student clubs on campus, and of course, learning from our outstanding faculty at the school. When I entered law school, I had little idea of what was awaiting me. In our first-year legal methods class, I sat with much anxiety, wondering what the words litigation and transactional law actually meant. I still have much to learn, but through the first-year curriculum and participating in numerous initiatives at the faculty, I feel fortunate to enter my second year with a strong sense of what I intend to do after law school. More critically, my time at the faculty has drastically changed the way in which I understand the world around me. Many people say that law school teaches you to think like a lawyer. Although this is true, law school has taught me so much more. My time at the faculty has informed my relationships with others, underlined to me the importance of excellence and collaboration in all areas of life, and provided me with opportunities to craft solutions to complex problems shaping our society. Now, admittedly, this may all be part of what thinking like a lawyer is, but I think you understand what I'm getting at. I'm grateful to have built deep bonds with my classmates, received excellent mentorship from upper years alumni and faculty, and challenged myself in ways that I never previously imagined possible. Now, words truly are not enough to express my gratitude for this faculty and to our generous donors. So thank you so much for this very significant contribution today. There's no doubt that this donation will truly positively impact numerous students to come. I cannot wait to see the substantial and lasting impact on the U of T Law community from this donation and beyond. Thank you for promoting the accessibility and excellence of legal education in our faculty.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Megan Pfeiffer, and I'm a final year doctoral student here at U of T Law. It's a great honor to speak on behalf of our graduate department as we thank the Hal Jackman Foundation for their incredible generosity to this institution today. The Faculty of Law at U of T is home to the most distinguished graduate legal studies program in Canada. Yet, like Romina, I would not be able to be here today to get the degree that I'm studying for without the financial support it provides. What drew me and many others to studying here is the program's global outlook and its strong intellectual community. We attract top students from around the world who bring with them not only academic excellence, but also diverse perspectives and a shared commitment to advancing justice and the rule of law. Many of our graduates go on to become professors of law, and so they will shape the future of legal education in Canada and abroad. The transformative donation announced today will ensure that our graduate program and our graduate students continue to thrive. It will allow us to offer much-needed financial support so that our graduate students can support themselves and our programs are accessible. It will allow us to expand research opportunities and continue our efforts to build a community capable of producing genuinely impactful scholarship. None of this is possible without the generosity you've shown today, so thank you very much. On behalf of the faculty, your support promises to ensure that U of T continues to be a leader in graduate legal education. We are deeply grateful. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming again. And my name is Wes Hall. I'm the 35th Chancellor of the University of Toronto. Hal was the 30th. So could you imagine the pressure that's on me? I got to work overtime, Hal. But it certainly is a pleasure. It's certainly an honor to be here on this historic day for the University of Toronto, for this faculty, and for the future of law. And also, you can tell the generosity of a family when they provide you with a transformative gift and they tell you thank you. And it's not just Canadian, it's what makes us who we are. And I'm testament to that. Because of support, of generosity, and generous folks like the Jackman family, someone like me who came from absolute poverty, from rural Jamaica, came here as an immigrant in 1985, can stand before you today as the 35th Chancellor of this great institution. So personally, Hal, I want to thank you for what you've done and your family. Before I bring the formal proceedings to a close, though, I want to thank our incredible students. Thank you for your kind words and what this gift means to you, and also for those who will follow into your footstep in taking advantage of this generosity. Your words remind us as to why we're here today, to create opportunities for students with ambition, with drive, with vision, and passion for justice, which is what the world really needs today. So thanks to our guest of honor, again, Chancellor Jackman, and the countless talented students that will have the opportunity to develop their talents and their passion for justice at one of the world's top law schools. This trademark gift will open doors for students from every background, every community, from St. John's to Sandy Lake, from Scarborough to Singapore. They will study here at the Henry N.R. Jackman Faculty of Law. It will empower the next generation of leaders and position Canada as a global voice in addressing the most pressing legal issues facing our time. But Hal Jackman's impact at U of T extends far beyond the extraordinary gift that we celebrate today. In addition to being one of our most generous benefactors, he's also one of our most dedicated volunteer leaders. So Hal, there's a story that I was told that as Chancellor, you had an accident, a biking accident or a riding accident, and you broke several ribs, and you never missed a single convocation. Is that true? Okay. So I got to work on that. I have no broken ribs. I missed a couple. So I'll change that. You have set a remarkable example as our Chancellor at the university, and you certainly left big shoes for us to fill. When we first met today, you mentioned to me that you said, when I was Chancellor, I never dressed like that, Wes. Well, you know, there's hope. And in addition to that, he has provided invaluable service as an advisor to the Law Building Campaign Cabinet, as an honorary chair of the Boundless and Defy Gravity campaigns, and as a member of the Executive Committee of the Great Minds campaign. How, through decades of service, you have touched every single part of this institution. You have strengthened not just buildings and programs, but people, the faculty, the staff, and especially the students whose lives you've changed forever. Now, for that reason, I am thrilled to conclude my remarks with one final announcement. With today's gift, Hal Jackman's total given to the University of Toronto now exceeds $143 million. Hal, in recognition of your statue and as your generosity to the University of Toronto, and being our greatest and one of our greatest philanthropists, supporters, and friend of this institution, we're honored to welcome you as member of the laureates of the Chancellor's Circle of Benefactors. And that's, your name is going to be permanently imprinted on this institution forever. And on behalf of the entire university, let me say once again, Hal, thank you for your generosity. Thank you for your extraordinary support of the university, your leadership, your vision, and your contribution to advancement of our mission. And to all of you, thank you for joining us today, and I would like for you to continue the conversation and tour yourself around the newly named Henry N.R. Jackman Faculty of Law. So I want you to stay connected, and I would like for you to invite you to stay and join us for reception. There's some cocktails, and you can come up and have a conversation with Hal. If you would talk to some folks, I'm sure they'd like to thank you. But thank you again for coming, and the Jackman family, thank you so much for your support of this institution.